The Ice Bowl, the 1967 NFL Championship game, December 31st, 1967. The Green Bay Packers and Dallas Cowboys clashed at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, in the NFL Championship game, a contest etched into history as the Ice Bowl. Played in brutal sub-zero conditions, the game tested the endurance of players and fans, culminating in a dramatic finish that defined an era. This video recounts the events of that frigid day, grounded in verified historical records. The stage? A frozen tundra. The Ice Bowl's moniker reflects the extreme cold that gripped Lambeau Field. At kickoff, 1 p.m. CST, the temperature, recorded at Green Bay's Austin Straubel Airport, was minus 13 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 25 degrees Celsius, with a wind chill of minus 33 degrees Fahrenheit to minus 37 degrees Fahrenheit, according to modern National Weather Service calculations. By the game's end, around 4 p.m., temperatures had fallen to minus 18 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 28 degrees Celsius, with wind chills remaining in the same range. The NWS notes that an Arctic front swept through Green Bay the night before, dropping temperatures nearly 30 degrees by morning, making December 31st, 1967, the coldest New Year's Eve in Green Bay history. With an average daily temperature of minus 6.5 degrees Fahrenheit, the field itself became a hazard. Lambeau's turf heating system failed, and when the pre-game tarpaulin was removed, moisture froze into an icy surface, worsening as the stadium's shadow spread. Players struggled for traction, and referees abandoned whistles after one froze, to an official's lips, forcing him to tear it off. 7 members of the University of Wisconsin La Crosse marching band, slated for halftime, were hospitalized for hypothermia, their instruments' woodwinds frozen, brass mouthpieces sticking, 2 lips unplayable, yet 50,861 fans packed Lambeau Field, braving the cold. Some suffered frostbite, and one reportedly died of exposure, though accounts differ. NFL Commissioner Pete Rozelle nearly postponed the game after consulting an environmental medicine expert, but proceeded, underestimating the Arctic front's intensity. The team's A Clash of Titans. The Ice Bowl was a rematch of the 1966 NFL Championship, where Green Bay defeated Dallas 34-27. In 1967, 2 legendary coaches faced off, Vince Lombardi of the Packers and Tom Landry of the Cowboys. Former colleagues from their days with the New York Giants, the Packers, with a 9-1 record, were 2-time defending NFL champions, chasing a historic 3rd straight title. The Cowboys, at 9-5, topped the Capital Division, seeking their first championship. Green Bay's roster featured stars like quarterback Bart Starr, receiver Boyd Dowler, guard Jerry Kramer, and running back Donnie Anderson, though the team was weakened by the loss of Jim Taylor and Paul Hornung. Mid-season, Lombardi signed fullback Chuck Mersine, a Milwaukee native cut by the Giants, who proved crucial. Dallas countered with quarterback Don Meredith, defensive end George Undry, defensive tackle Bob Lilly, and halfback Don Reeves, backed by a swift, aggressive defense. The game, a battle against the elements. Televised nationally by CBS, the game began with Green Bay capitalizing on their cold weather experience. Bart Starr threw 2 first-half touchdown passes to Boyd Dowler, a 46-yard strike in the first quarter, and an 8-yard score in the second, building a 14-0 lead. Dallas responded. A Starr fumble, recovered by George Undry, and returned 7 yards for a touchdown, cut the score to 14-7. A 21-yard field goal by Danny Villanueva made it 1-1. At halftime, the 3rd quarter saw no scoring as both offenses battled the icy field. In the 4th, Dallas surged ahead. Halfback Dan Reeves threw a 50-yard touchdown pass to Lance Renzel on a trick play, giving the Cowboys a 17-14 lead with 12:59 left. Green Bay's offense stalled until, with 4:50 remaining, they faced a critical moment, trailing by 3. The final drive, Starr's heroic march from their own 32-yard line. Packers launched a 68-yard drive that defined the game. Starr, despite frostbite, orchestrated key plays, a 13-yard pass to Dowler, a 12-yard run by Anderson, and a 19-yard pass to Chuck Mersine, who also ran for 7 yards, totaling 34 yards on the drive. With 30 seconds left, Green Bay reached the Cowboys 1-yard line. 2 runs by Anderson failed to score as the ice caused slips. On 3rd down, with 16 seconds remaining and no timeouts, a field goal seemed logical to force overtime. Instead, Starr proposed a quarterback sneak during a timeout, confident he could exploit a gap in Dallas's line. Lombardi agreed. "Run it, and let's get the hell out of here." The play. The 31 wedge hinged on center Ken Bowman and guard Jerry Kramer blocking defensive tackle Jethro Pooh. Bowman snapped the ball and lifted Pooh, while Kramer drove low, creating a path. Starr dove into the end zone for the winning touchdown with 13 seconds left. Don Chandler's extra point sealed a 21-17 lead. Dallas couldn't respond, and Green Bay prevailed. Starr, completing 14 of 24 passes for 191 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the decisive score, earned MVP honors. The aftermath, legacy, and impact, the Packers' victory secured their 3rd consecutive NFL championship, a playoff era record, and a spot in Super Bowl II. On January 14, 1968, they defeated the Oakland Raiders 33-14 in Miami. Where 60 degrees Fahrenheit weather contrasted sharply with the Ice Bowl's chill, the Ice Bowl solidified Green Bay's cold weather mystique and popularized the term frozen tundra, coined by NFL Films' John Facenda. Its drama and extreme conditions boosted the NFL's popularity, helping it surpass baseball as America's top sport. The NFL later ranked it the 3rd greatest game in its NFL 100 Greatest Game series. Players endured lasting effects. Cowboys' Bob Lilly suffered permanent lung damage from the cold, and Starr battled frostbite. Fans tore down the north end zone goalposts, a Green Bay tradition since 1961, with one fan, Keith Budsies, cutting them into mementos using an acetylene. Torched. Historical significance, the Ice Bowl remains the coldest NFL game ever. With its minus 13 degrees Fahrenheit kickoff and minus 33 degrees Fahrenheit 2, minus 37 degrees Fahrenheit wind chill unmatched. It marked the pinnacle of Vince Lombardi's tenure, his final championship with Green Bay, before stepping down after Super Bowl II. For Dallas, the loss fueled a rivalry and their rise under Landry, who later won 2 Super Bowls. NFL Films. Productions like a chilling championship. A 2017 The Timeline episode narrated by Michael Meredith. Don Meredith's son preserved its legacy. Conclusion: the Ice Bowl transcends football, embodying resilience and determination. On December 31, 1967, in minus 13 degrees Fahrenheit cold, the Packers and Cowboys delivered a spectacle on the frozen tundra. Bart Starr's sneak, Vince Lombardi's leadership, and the fans' endurance created a defining moment. As Packers historian Cliff Crissell said, "It's probably the signature game in Packers history." 58 years later, the Ice Bowl remains a cornerstone of NFL lore.